Good morning and welcome to Maryland Today. My name is Jeff St. Pierre, and joining me this morning to talk more about a unique community partnership that's been developed to promote financial and housing literacy here in Baltimore is Nancy Stark. She's a Director of Public Affairs for Guidewell Financial Solutions. Nancy, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course. And what a lot of people don't know is that whenever we do these interviews, you're always here, but you're usually the coach behind the scenes. You're not actually on the microphone. So it pleases me to have you in the hot seat today.
It feels like payback.
A little bit. It's going to be okay, though, because we got a really cool thing to talk about here today. We're going to take a look at this unique community partnership that's been developed to promote financial and housing literacy in Baltimore. What can you tell me about this new initiative?
If I was going to speak on anything, Jeff, this is something I'm really, really excited I get to talk about. This spring, Guidewell Financial entered into a partnership with University of Maryland Baltimore, and the whole purpose behind it, as a joint effort, is to help UMB staff, students, and faculty members, as well as West Baltimore residents, improve their financial well-being and become better informed and equipped to manage money and deal with housing issues.
So how did this new partnership evolve?
It's sort of a natural outgrowth of things that we're already doing. Our Director of Business Development, Devon Hyde, is actually a graduate from University of Maryland Baltimore School of Social Work. And she's also an active participant on their Financial Social Work Initiative. That's a program that was set up to improve economic stability in communities.
Okay.
And also, in the past, we've been involved with them through the UMB Office of Financial Education and Wellness. We provide on-campus credit cafes. That's a situation where we help members of the campus community pull their credit reports and review them to see where they stand.
So I know you can't speak for the university, but why do you think they became involved in this joint effort?
I think, like us, they recognize that money management and housing decisions play an essential role in people's lives because money and shelter are two of the big things that we deal with, all of us, no matter where we live. So understanding personal finance and making good decisions as far as housing are really important. And the services that we provide, like credit counseling, housing counseling, financial coaching, those are services that help people develop those skills. The other thing that I'm hoping that they like is the fact that we have a 50-year track record providing these types of services.
I'm sure that doesn't hurt. Why did Guidewell Financial decide to become part of this partnership?
This is a wonderful opportunity for us. By providing us with space on campus so that we can provide financial coaching, they put us in direct contact with members of the campus community, meaning staff, faculty, students. I can remember when I was in college, it's been a long time, but one of the things I remember is that it was one of the busiest times of my life.
Sure.
And so being able to get that service right where you're going to school is really, really helpful, I think. The other thing, they have actually given us an entree into the West Baltimore community by allowing us to be involved in the university's Community Engagement Center. That allows us to work with local residents right where they live. And for us, that's really an exciting opportunity for the simple fact that it will allow us to try out a model that we're calling the place-based model, where we get to talk directly to people and deal with them directly within their communities.
Well, this partnership sounds like a win-win for both of you, but one thing you highlighted there was the on-campus aspect of that. So how does Guidewell Financial's on-campus effort work?
Well, UMB has given us space in their Office of Financial Education and Wellness. And 2 days a month, we go there and we provide help to them in the way of financial counseling. We have a certified counselor on hand. The purpose for that is to provide free budget and credit counseling. And those services are available to all of the members of the campus community. We're also going to continue providing credit cafes and other personal finance workshops.
When UMB campus members make an appointment for budget or credit counseling, what types of issues do you help them resolve?
Well, that really entirely depends upon the person. But for instance, if we have a graduate student who has charged up their credit cards and now has credit problems, we can help them manage those problems. Get their credit under control so that if they need to apply for another student loan, they actually will be able to qualify. I think for almost any of us, tightening our household budget is a really helpful thing. And if you are wanting to start saving towards unexpected problems, like if a car breaks down, having an emergency savings is really important for that. Or if you wanted to save toward a home, we can help you develop the skills to be able to do that. One thing that I think distinguishes the type of credit and budget counseling that we provide is that we take a holistic approach. we don't just listen to the problem and stick a Band-Aid on it. We help the person go through, figure out where they really stand financially, and develop practical strategies for accomplishing what they need to accomplish. And if they need other services, like for instance, say they're looking to save toward a home, we have home ownership education, and we can refer them out if it's a service that we don't provide.
Well, we've been talking about how you can help people on the UMB campus, but you've also mentioned that you want to offer services to the West Baltimore community as well. So how does this part of the initiative work?
We are at UMB's Community Engagement Center every Wednesday between 10 and 6 p.m. We have a certified housing counselor that is there to help the local residents. And because it's located right on the corner of Baltimore Street and Poppleton Street, it's a place where people can actually walk directly in and be helped.
The UMB Community Engagement Center sounds like a pretty busy place there. Can you explain a bit of how it interacts with the community?
Well, UMB is actually one of the city's anchor institutions, and they have a real commitment, I think, to helping local communities and sharing resources with them. At the center, there are a variety of different things that local residents can take advantage of. For instance, they can come in and get job readiness counseling. One day a week, they have a co-op there where people can come and shop for healthy food. They have community organizing events. There's all kinds of things, health screenings. We're really delighted to be involved because we sort of fill another role within that effort.
That's great. Well, at the center, what types of services do you provide to local residents?
Well, because we have a housing counselor there, one of the main things that we're there to do is to help them with housing concerns. For instance, if they're worried about being evicted or have a rental problem or want to save toward a new home even, those are things we can help them do. We also provide financial counseling, just like we always do, in the sense of teaching them how to budget, reduce their expenses, or start building a nest egg. And if they need additional resources like outside, we can also give them those. Given we've been in the community for 50 years, we have a lot of people that we partner with so we can always find them, point them in the right direction.
Well, Nancy, we've been covering a lot of information here. So before we move on, I just want to get some contact info out there just in case somebody listening right now is interested in learning more, or if they want to get in touch with you guys. Where should they go to find out more information about this?
To find out more information, then go to our website, which is guidewellfs.org, or they can call us at 1-800-642-2227.
We're speaking with Nancy Stark. She's the Director of Public Affairs for Guidewell Financial Solutions. Nancy, why is being on site in the West Baltimore community so important?
I think it's really important because it helps us build trust. And I think that's fundamental to helping anyone, that they trust you. By being right there in West Baltimore, we're hoping that over the long term, and we're there for the long haul, that will become an integral part of the community. You know, they'll think of us as part of the neighborhood. The other thing, obviously, is that it's convenient. Being located right on site, it keeps it so that local residents don't have to spend hours on a bus just to get the service. And finally, I think anytime you're looking at community revitalization, a lot of times when you look at it, the challenges are overwhelming. But really, each time you help one person develop a skill or empower one person, it makes the entire community stronger.
Well, I've heard that participating in this partnership has also led to valuable networking opportunities. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, just being involved with the university itself is a wonderful opportunity because there are a lot of resources there. And there are other members, partners that are involved that have been helpful to us. For example, when clients come in with an eviction problem, one of the places we can point them is community mediation, which is another one of the partners in the center. They can help them as far as dealing with their landlords, acting as an intermediary. Baltimore City Housing is another example of an organization that's been very supportive and helpful in this endeavor. Well,
obviously, no community effort is without its ups and downs. So what challenges has Guidewell Financial faced since this effort began?
Well, I think probably our biggest hurdle right now is perception, Jeff. The people that we're dealing with in West Baltimore, a lot of times what their focus is on having shelter, having a job, finding, having the money to pay the grocery bill. And they don't necessarily realize that understanding how to manage your personal finances or making housing decisions affects those things. So they may be reluctant to get our services. because they don't understand what we do.
So what message, if you could send one out there, would you like to send to local residents?
I think what I'd like for them to know is money affects almost every aspect of every one of our lives.
Yeah.
It helps determine where we live, how we get to and from work, and what type of medical care we can receive. And Guidewell Financial can show you how to make your money go further. So no matter how much you have, even if it's a small amount, you can make it work better for you. Also, I want them to know that we can help them avoid major perils, like, for instance, dealing with payday loans or being scammed. Our counselors are trained and certified. They're really good listeners. They're objective. They don't judge. And finally, our services are confidential, and they're on the premises. They're free.
Well, I've heard that potential funders for efforts like this sometimes also have a blind spot. What do you want them to know?
You know, it's funny. I would like them to know some of the very same things that I would like local residents to know. A lot of times when funders come into a community to do revitalization, they'll think in terms of, well, we'll provide a house for local residents, or we'll provide them with a job, but they don't realize by doing those things, they're wonderful things to do, but if the person doesn't know how to manage their money, it's not going to last long.
Sure.
So I want them to know that we give community members really essential skills. We teach them how to budget, how to prioritize and pay bills on time, how to use credit responsibly. These are things that they need to know in order for those other things to perpetuate. And we want them to know that we are in it for the long haul. But to do that, we need their funds.
Yeah. Well, to wrap things up here, first of all, I want to say that I want to wish you the best of luck with this partnership. It sounds incredible and very worthwhile for the community and for you guys as well. If potential clients or community and sponsors have any questions, how can they reach you?
Well, I'm going to give you 2 different contact numbers this time. For just general information, they can go to our website and find out about our services at guidewellfs.org or call us at 1-800-642-2227. But if it's a funder or someone who wants to partner with us, what they probably want to do is contact Director of Business Development Devon Hyde or our Director of Housing, Tom Simonton, at 410-747-2050.
And again, you can find all this information as well at guidewellfs.org. Well, Nancy Stark, Guidewell Financial Solutions, Director of Public Affairs, good to have you here. I think you survived the hot seat today.
You're so sweet, Jeff. And thank you so much for having me.